Sakala Non-duality means without form, without division, or without any kind of limitation. Without form, without division, without any kind of limitation. Limitations such as of time, of space, of objectivity, of mentalization, of mentally programmed structures, of erroneous arbitrary presumptions. So, it is without all these kinds of limitations. It is without form, it is without division, it is purely non-dual. That is what is non-dual. In reality, from a non-dualistic point of view, it can be observed and experienced that everything is actually happening spontaneously by itself. If it is non-dualistic point of view, then there is nobody else to do something. There is nobody else causing something. So, if something is happening, it is happening spontaneously and by itself. As a consequence of manifesting of potentiality into actuality. The potentiality is manifesting into actuality. As a consequence of that, everything happens spontaneously by itself. But from a dualistic standpoint, we can see so many things. This is the cause for that, something else is the reason for this. Like that we can see. But from the non-dualistic point of view, this is a beautiful understanding where we go beyond duality in mind. The duality in mind is something is happening. So who is the cause? Somebody is the cause. So the moment we say somebody is the cause, that means we are attributing the doership to somebody. The moment we attribute the doership to somebody, we get into enjoyership. Because we are facing this because of that. It might be so according to logic, it might be so according to rational thinking. But the point is, do we want to transcend that or not? What will happen? By saying that somebody else has done it, we will feel more bad. In fact, we may sit down with 2 or 3 more people and feel much more bad. And then they may console us, show some pity. Of course, it will be necessary in the worldly way of living to share so that somebody can care. And then finally get into wear and tear. But the way of transcending it is to understand that how to get out of my enjoyership. Because I am attributing something to somebody. The doership. These are interchanging. Sometimes I become the doer and they become the enjoyer. I don't know why I did that, and they are facing this consequence. I am the cause for it. That is one way. Another way, without me they cannot be what they are. They cannot live like that. That is another way. I am doer and they are enjoyer. Either way we are caught. Whether blame somebody or blame ourselves or praise ourselves, we are caught. We get into this duality. Once we get into this duality, then we are in this network. So, in order to get rid of that, avoid that, one beautiful understanding is, from the non-dualistic point of view, everything happens spontaneously by itself. That is all. How? Yeah, as a consequence of potentiality manifesting as actuality. That is taken care by the creation itself, himself. God himself, that's all it is. Nobody else is the doer. He alone takes care of everything. That is all it is. So then, once he alone is there, then alone only one God is there, that's all. Nobody else is there. So our mind, instead of getting into this dualistic thinking, worrying, and then complaining, blaming, and then self-pitying, victimizing, and all that, it goes beyond. It's a very beautiful understanding. Non-duality, not only in experience, but to go beyond this unnecessary bondage of the duality, we can utilize this so that we can understand that things happen by themselves. With this understanding, we can go beyond it. But if a case comes up before a magistrate or a judge, the judge has to look at the case and then declare the judgment. He can't say everything happens by itself. So where is the point of I sitting here and deciding? He can't say like that. In the relative standpoint, he has to do that. But for spiritual growth, and for upliftment and to go beyond these bondages. This is the best way. We see so much happening in the world, but what we don't see is the underlying power of the infinite consciousness, which is called as divinity, and its effect on the content. The whole world. Underlying is the power of consciousness and divinity, the infinite power of consciousness. And the effect on the content is what we are not seeing. So it is said in the non-duality of awareness. See, non-duality of awareness is connected with the consciousness. It is not localized. It is everywhere. Because consciousness is all pervading. If all is accepted, all pervading. And then it is everywhere. Simultaneously, from within all beings, without all beings, it is aware of itself. In it, only all beings are there. So it is simultaneously at the same time, if at all we want to bring in time, it is continuously aware of itself and of others. How can we localize that awareness which belongs to consciousness? Mind we can localize, internal organ. The attention of the mind we can localize. Because so many minds, so many attentions. But one consciousness which runs through and one awareness it manifests as, there is no localization. So it is everywhere. When it is everywhere, there are no sequences. One after the other. It is not there. If I am here, you are there, there is sequence. If it is everywhere, where is the sequence? It has everything in its purview. There is no sequencing. Sequencing is of the ego. Then it happened, now it is happening, future it may happen. Awareness is beyond time. The conscious awareness. For it, past, present and future are en bloc at the same time available. En bloc at the same time. Traditionally, one example our great masters give, that one person is standing under a tree and then watching around. So he sees only to the extent the eyesight goes. Another person is attempting to climb a tree. He is halfway, and then from there he sees little more than what the fellow on the ground sees who is under the tree. And the third person is on top of the tree. He sees much more than what these other two people see. So for the top person, he is able to see that one chariot is coming. It is present for that fellow. For the second person, about to be present now, it is not yet present. And for the person who is below, not at all, he doesn't know anything that chariot, because he can't see that to that distance. Later on, that chariot comes. So the second person sees the chariot. Says the chariot is there. The third person is there. It is future to him. It is not yet happened. For the fellow, it is happening. Second one. And then after some time, third fellow says, yes, I have seen. And then after some time, third fellow says, no, it is not visible. Second fellow says, after some time, it is not visible. For the third fellow, it is continuously visible. So what is sequence here is not sequence there. Because at the same time, he can see what is past, present and future for the fellow on the ground. He is present continuously for the fellow who is on top of the tree. So now what is our advice, sir? Go and climb the top of the tree and sit there. That is not the advice. The advice is, top of the tree here means go beyond these sequencing limitations of the internal organ, limited perception of the internal organ. Get into that state of awareness where everything is seen at the same time. Meaning, for that awareness which is present everywhere, which is conscious of everything, which is aware of everything simultaneously also. So for that, there is no question of this happening now, that happening later. It is only unfoldment of things. From unmanifest state, they may manifest and they may unfold. That is all it is. That also it can be aware of. With awareness, it watches everything. What is happening in your mind, I may not know. What is happening in my mind, you may not know. But for the awareness, it is simultaneously aware of everything. It knows everything. For that, there is no secret. For that, there is no hiding agenda. It knows everything because it is the revealer. It is that awareness within everybody. So, if we understand from that standpoint, there is no longer experience of moments, as there is only continuous now. For the one who is in that total awareness, continuous now. If at all movement appears as slow motion, as though suspended outside time. So, the view is totally different from the non-dualistic stand. And it is also said, from that non-dualistic point of view, nothing is imperfect. Once we accept that nothing is imperfect, I think that 2/3 of the burden in the mind is gone. Because most of the time our burden is connected with imperfection. Everywhere around. Nothing is imperfect. And another point is from the non-duality. Nothing actually moves or changes. What is there to move? And where it has to move, where it is not. It is everywhere that it will not move. And there is nothing else, so nothing moves. It is beyond time, so nothing changes. And there is nothing else, so there is no change. So from the non-dualistic point of view, nothing moves or changes. Only from the egoistic standpoint, everything moves and changes. Nothing moves, nothing changes. And even more further, no event actually takes place. Okay, but no event actually takes place. That's it. That is non-dualistic point of view. From our point of view, events are happening. From the non-dualistic point of view, it alone is. There are no events to happen. It is non-dual, all blissful consciousness. That's all it is. So then, instead of sequence, there will be observation that everything is in a state of unfoldment. That's all it is. And that form is only a transitional epiphenomena created by perception and the observational habits of mental activity. It is only because of perception and the observation habits of mental activity. It is because of the mind, limitations of the mind, and the perceptions of the mind that it appears as if it is happening. Because of ajnana and because of adhyasa and because of brahma, this is ignorance, superimposition, delusion. That is why it is happening. Ignorance, superimposition, delusion. ISD. Ignorance, superimposition, delusion. That is what it is. But for the pure consciousness, none of them is there. Neither ignorance, nor superimposition, or delusion. So it is totally different. The viewpoint is totally different. Nothing changes, nothing moves. No events actually take place, and nothing is imperfect. Because nothing else is there. It alone is there. Pure consciousness. So nothing is imperfect. It is only perfection. This view is totally different. It lifts us from day to day unnecessary botherations, worries, tensions, entanglements into a very contemplative and meditative state, wherein in that state of non-dual understanding we can go much higher and then progress and advance into higher levels. With this, as a practitioner, as a sadhaka, as a siddha, then there is nothing else, only experiencing it without being an experiencer. Only just realizing it and then knowing it without being a knower. Then now we move on to nice explanation about Jnanam by Ramaraya. Jnanam is equal to or means Vidya, actually Vidya. And this is of two types. One is Nitya Jnanam. What is this Nitya Jnanam? Nityam Atma and Jiva are Nitya Jnana Swarupa. Atma meaning the Paramatma. For example, the total space. Jiva meaning the Pratyagatma. For example, the space in the pot. So both are space. So both are Nitya. Nitya Jnana Swarupa. Now to make it easy for us to understand, he says, there is a light of the lamp. Now this light of the lamp glows. By the glow of the light of the lamp, it illumines all things around. As per its capacity to light up the things, it illumines all things around and makes them known. We will know the lamp also because of the light. Actually, what it does, it illumines all things which are there around. Suppose the lamp is there in a dance theatre. It illumines all things in the dance theatre. The dance also, other scenes also. Everything that is there, the audience also, everything that is there, it illumines. But if nobody is there in the dance theatre, nobody is there and the light is there, it simply glows. It keeps glowing. Then what we can say? It illumines itself. Because there is nothing else to illumine. It is simply going. It is illumining itself. So the light of the lamp, it illumines everything around and it illumines itself also. Similarly, the Sakshi or the witness is like the light of the lamp, is Swayam Prakasha Atma. It illumines the Ahankara, it illumines the Manas, mind, it illumines the Buddhi, intellect, it illumines the Chitta, the memory band, it illumines all the contents of the internal organ, it illumines the objects of the sense organs, it illumines everything. And it also shows the dream, it illumines the objects in dream, and finally when none of these things are available, like nobody is there in the dance theatre, no audience, no artist, no performance, no song, no music, no changing of colors, like that in Sushupti, when none of these things are available, it simply illumines itself. It alone shines, it alone shines, it alone glows. In Sushupti it glows. It is glowing. Nothing else is there. Everything is merged into Ajnana. So it is simply glowing by itself. This is called as Nitya Jnana. Nitya. Always it is there. It is all the while it is there. It belongs to the Atma and it belongs to the Jiva, which is not different from the Atma. Nitya. This Jnana is there in every one of us. This need not be gained, it cannot be gained. It is there. And Vritti Jnana is the second thing. The Vritti Jnana, this is born, this takes birth in the mind. All the knowledge that we gain are permitted, all the knowledges that we gain come to us or happen to us as Vritti Jnanas. Only that is Vritti Jnana only. Whatever knowledge we gain is Vritti Jnana. Vritti is inert. By itself it is inert, it is jada. But because of the touch of the consciousness, it becomes Jnana. It gets the capacity to know. So then it is Jnana. How? The wire by itself is inert. But when electricity flows through it, it is very powerful. Electricity, when it starts flowing through it, it is very, 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 very powerful. Then it can illumine anything, it can become full of energy, full of power. Otherwise, when the current is not flowing, the wire is a wire, that's all. It can't do anything. When the power is there, it can do so many things. So like that, the vritti needs that current, like vritti is like wire, the touch of the consciousness is like the electricity current. So then the vritti becomes active and then it gives us the gnana, knowledge. Here it is of two types. One is avidya vritti, another one is antakarana vritti. Vritti of ignorance and vritti of internal organ. Avidya vritti, according to Ramaraya Kavi, is related to jiva srishti, meaning they are actually not there. Actually not there. They have nothing to do with internal organ or buddhi, mana, chitta, ahankara. And for example, it says rope and snake, qualities in dream, and happiness in deep sleep. Happiness in deep sleep, qualities in dream, rope and snake. All these things are avidya vrittis. Antakarana is not there functioning. So, these are all avidya vrittis. And then the next one is antakarana vritti. It is pertaining to Ishvara Srishti according to Ramaraya. And first one, Jagrata. In Jagrata Avastha, there is knowledge of Sukham and Dukkham. I have the knowledge of my happiness, I have the knowledge of my misery or unhappiness. And in order to experience or know or gain the knowledge of happiness and misery, sense organs are not required. Because mind, the happiness is there, misery is there, we know it. For that, sense organs are not required, it is already there in the mind. So it will illumine and then it will know. Then Ghata Vijnana, another one is here. This needs eyes, ears, so whatever it is, outer indriyas. So when pot which we see gets reflected in internal organ or the antakarana, the internal organ becomes Ghataka. Internal organ takes the shape of the pot, and internal organ taking the shape of the pot is called as vritti. So when we gain the knowledge of the pot, vritti jnanam, then continuing further it is said, antakarana vritti jnanam, we have understood now. Pot akara vritti, it gives us the knowledge of the pot, the color of the pot, the weight of the pot, the shape of the pot, the value of the pot, the durability of the pot, so on and so many things. Vritti jnana. And if we understand this, it happens in antakarana, and this is antakarana vritti. Now, something more deeper. Antakarana vritti jnanam of the form of aham brahma, I am Brahman, eradicates ignorance or ajnana. So, jnana swarupa atma itself eradicates ajnana. The atman which is of the form of knowledge will eradicate the ignorance. When if it gets reflected in vritti, then it will definitely remove ajnana. That is why that Brahma akara vritti, meaning that Brahma jnana which is there, Jnana Swarupa Atma which is there, if it gets reflected in a vritti, then it will remove the ajnana that is there, covering the individual, called as Chidavasa, or if we may even think that apparently appearing as if the jiva is caught by this ajnana. And it is said here, when we take a medicine, a tablet, if we keep only here near the lips, it will not give its result. It has to be taken inside the mouth and swallowed so that it melts, and then it releases the medicine, and then it will start curing it. It has to get dissolved. Then the fever or whatever illness is there, that is cured. Similarly, this Brahmakara vritti, merely as a thought in the mind, is not going to give us that ultimate jnana. It has to dissolve in us. It has to sink into us. That is why that Shravanam should be followed by Mananam and Nididhyasam and finally Dhyana. Sun's rays directly do not burn the things, but if they are made to pass through the magnifying glass, Certainly, all the rays converge at one point, and then afterwards, when they go out, they will burn the object that is there in front of it. Similarly, this Brahmakara Vritti Jnana has to be pinpointed like that. Just as the Ghata Jnanam, the knowledge of the pot removes Ghata Jnanam, the ignorance of the pot, the Brahmakara is called as Brahma Jnanam. Brahmakara is actually Brahma Jnanam. Brahmakara Vritti, Brahma Jnanakara Vritti, which is happening due to Mahavakyas, removes Ajnana. Ghata Jnanakara Vritti removes Ghata Ajnana. Brahma Akara Jnana Vritti, Brahma Jnanakara Vritti removes Ajnana. So, we have to cultivate the Brahma Jnanakara Vritti. Not only that, it removes Ajnana, and according to Ramaraya, it also does Manonasana. It removes the mind also. Once the internal organ is gone, there is no other limiting agent there. The limiting agent disappears, and one is no more bound by superimposition and ignorance, and one is illumined. One knows one's true nature as self-luminous consciousness. All the Jnanas are born due to some reason. Since they are born, actually, one person interprets them as Ajnanas and Anityas. So, Ghata Jnana is Anitya because it exists only as long as the Ghatam is there, then only Ghata Jnana is there. Once we move away from the Ghatam, the Ghata Jnana is not there. So, these are all temporary Jnanas. They remove the Ajnana temporarily. Tula Ajnana is removed. Tula Ajnanas are many. Mula Ajnana is only one, and that will be removed only by Brahmakara Vritti. Brahmakara, Ramaraya Kavi says very uniquely, even if it is Vritti Jnana, even if it is born due to Mahavakya, but other Jnanams are different. Ordinary Ghata Jnanam, Ghatakara Vritti, it is there only as long as the pot is there, afterwards it is not there. But even though it is a Vritti Jnana, Brahmakara Vritti is in the mind only, but it is born due to the Mahavakya, we should not say that it is Ajnana, because here Ramaraya Kavi gives that it is like water born from the fire. It is like water born from the fire, puts out the fire, puts down the fire. So the Brahmakara Vritti, even though it is taking place inside the mind, and it is born due to the Mahavakya effect, because of the knowledge is imparted through the Mahavakyas, and that has become the Brahmakara Vritti inside, it will eradicate the mind. It will destroy it, even though it is born in the mind. But the Mahavakya Jnana is something from the beyond. So that Jnana is Vritti is carrying. So it will remove the mind, eradicate the mind, destroy the mind, and what remains there afterwards is only the pure consciousness, which is unlimited by anything, and that is the non-dualistic point of view. That is the non-duality, where there is no limitation of even the limiting agent. That Ubadi also is not there. So once this limiting agent is not there, then Ishvara is having everything as his own body, samashti body. From the Ishvara standpoint, Ishvara has samashti body, the total body. So Ishvara is not divided, Ishvara is not limited, and at Vesti level, Jiva or Chidabhasa at Vesti level is one body, indweller in one body. The indweller in one body has the limitation that I am limited to this extent. So beyond this limited pervasiveness of the body, other bodies are there. So this body fears other body. So I fear you, you fear me, and we have fear about others. We don't know what they will do, we don't know what will happen. So all fears are there. It is only because of Veshti Deha Abhimana. The excessive identification oriented attachment based pride that is there in the body. We are identified this body with this body. So we get that fear because other body is different, other indweller is different. So we have got that. Meaning mind versus the other. Then only the fear arises. This is mine, that is others. So other may interfere in what is mine. And mine is having a threat from the other. Whatever is mine has a threat from the other. Whatever is mine, somebody may take it away. Whatever is mine, somebody may harm it. Whatever is mine, somebody may cause some concern by their actions, by their behavior, whatever is mine. So that's mind versus the other. Always, as long as this dualistic viewpoint is there, mind versus the other, we will be prone for all kinds of fears. Mine also, only I am there in mine also, and only I am there in others also. In other also, the same indweller is there. In me also, the same indweller is there. And all these things belong to the same Ishvara. All bodies belong to same Ishvara. And same Ishvara is in all bodies. Where is it? When one indweller is there, and when everything belongs to one person, where is the fear? That is why there are many people who want to make everything their own. They think that they can become Ishvara. And they become king also, they become president also, they become so many other things also. And they start thinking they are the God, and they will start troubling all the citizens in the country. And unless and until everybody comes together and kicks them out, like it happened in few of the countries recently. Till then, they will think that they are the Ishvara. But if everything belongs to me, if I am the ruler of it, they can't be indweller because they have not that consciousness. At least my power is pervading everywhere, in everybody, in everything. And I am in control of everything. Everything belongs to me. They illusory think they are the Ishvaras. Many people, organization head, departmental head, institutional head, all these fellows become headstrong if they don't have real knowledge. Because everything is in my control. All about my power pervades everywhere. How long? So it goes one day. The same fellow was going down to will kick you from the back. Have you not seen in politics? How many times you have not seen? The people who are on the top helm of the power, once the power goes, the closest people suddenly vanish from around. Suddenly disappear. No time, no more afterwards, I will not be finished. That is how it is, the world is like that. And then people get into that, oh, I am power, little bit of power also. Anybody tasting power of the chair, whatever chair, starting from the chair of the attendant onwards. If the attendant is of a minister, then finished. The attendant also has great power. Whatever it is like that. They think that, that is the idea here. No control. It is in mind. I am there. How in as power I am pervading there. And that is belonging to me. That is why we try to gain power and make everything belong to us. So others' property also, others' people also, others' lands also, ours. And I want to have power everywhere in everything. There are people like that. Every committee will have one or two, or if possible, half of them minimum. Like that only. Their philosophy is power is not given, power is taken. Grab it. That is it. This is how it is. But actually it is our own Aishwarya of Ishwaratva. If we think that we are not Jiva, we are Ishvara, we have all the power with us. We identify with that all the power. We are already there in all the bodies. Everything belongs to us. So where is the craving for power by snatching it from other, by pushing other, by robbing others? All that is required a shift in understanding. All these power mongers, crazy people have to understand only one thing. Shift in understanding. You are already there. You already are Ishvara. There is no difference between you and Ishvara. You are not in one body, you are in all the bodies. You are Pratyekatma. You as Pratyekatma is not different from Paramatma. This is everywhere. And everything is his only. When everything is ours and we are everywhere, why do you want to hold on to anything, control anything, dominate anything, hold and then seize, grab it? There is no need to control. Everything is already in control. Without attempting to control, everything is there in control. The controlling thing is always belonging to ego. Ego wants to control. Even in small things, if we keep observing, people by their thought, by their expression, by their assertion, start controlling. whatever way it is, they want to control others for their ego satisfaction. If one ego controls the other, they will satisfaction. Appa, mere control mein hai koi. This is satisfaction with ego. Ego is satisfied like that only. Are ego, everything is in your control. Automatically you become one with Ishvara. Where there is no need to control. All is already without effort to control, everything is controlled. This is what we have to understand. This is non-dualistic view. Dualistic view. This is non-dualistic. This is beyond duality. The beyond duality automatically takes us, lifts us into higher level. So then, the bhavana of mine versus other is not there for Ishvara, because mine also mera, other also mera. Sab kuch mera. Normally when we chant Arati, tera, sab kuch tera we say. That tera you become. Then सब कुछ मेरा, बोलने की भी जरूरत नहीं है मेरा बोलने. Then there is no otherness. When there is no otherness, there is no fear, there is no jealousy, there is no fight, there is no conflict, there is no need for anything, any misunderstanding. Other है ही नहीं और क्या? The other is not there. So that is why it is said that level is possible only through the knowledge of that level. When we gain that knowledge. So Bhagavan is the drashta, witness. Due to Maya, now Ramaraya Kavi takes us through the Vaishnava's interpretation. Due to Maya, called as Ajaya, the Bhagavan appears as one Sri Mahavishnu, and he appears as two, that is Lakshmi Narayana. Then he appears as three, Brahma Vishnu Maheshwaras. And he appears as few more Matsya, Kurma, Varaha avatars, and then he appears as sentient world, and afterwards many more appears as insentient world. एक कहाँ से कहाँ चलेगा? That is what is said. Drashta api yo drushyata ekatha vidha tridha bahuda cha mayaya. That's what it is. He appears, the drashta, who is Brahman, who is Bhagavan. Actually, Drashta is here, Bhagavan. Due to Maya, called as Ajaya, he appears one Mahavishnu, and then Lakshminarayan, and then Trimurtis, and then Matsya, Guru, everything, sentient, all he has become. Appearing as so many forms, and entering into all these forms, he inspires them as the Atman inside them, as the Atma inside them. And he is not different from that Atma. He is one with that Atma, the Bhagavan. Even though they appear as so many forms. That is why it's called as Atman. Like an actor, he imagines and fabricates everything in himself. Even womanhood in himself. Jivahood in himself. He acts sometimes as if he is controlled by the Maya. And appears in various forms of living beings. Actually, the most famous actor, who is the producer, has given an opportunity to the director to direct the film. He only gave the. So the director, when he is not directing the film, he will prostrate to the actor because he is the great actor. They have already had so many actors like that earlier. Great actors who can do everything. And he is doing 5 roles actually in that movie. 5 roles. And he has given other fellow, okay, director. And actually, who is in whose control? The actor only has written the script also. Actually, he only taught the director also. And then for the sake of progress of the director, so that everybody will think about this great actors who he has directed, they will get offers. He will get other also, he is given opportunity. Director will get offers. So the director also is director with the actor only. And then he may become woman also. Like we had the same actor acting as Brahman also, as Krishna also. So, it's possible, woman also. Anything is possible. Actor can act. So what? He is on movie, he directs. He can do anything. He is the producer. Same thing with Ishvara. Same thing with Bhagavan. He can take up any form. He can take up any role. He can look as if he is bound. So that famous actor then looks at director. Next what? Next the director says do like this. He will do like that. That doesn't mean he is under his control. Actually, director is under his control. But he will do because for that by period of time, whatever director That is how it goes on. Bhagavan only brings that Maya and then again creates forms, enters into them, and then remaining as Atma, which is untouched by whatever form he is in, whatever gross subtle form he is in, all gross subtle, whatever is there, that will not touch the Atma. At the same time, he acts as if he is bound. That is what Ramaraya Kavi says. That is how this tamasha is going on. So in you also same God, in me also same God. Our internal organ also is God's. But because of the independence given to internal organs, there some freedom is taken and then we independently start modeling, shaping our mind, using the power as we want. So one witness Ishvara, due to Maya's glory, appears as many and as the entire Drishyam, that is the scene. Whole thing is Drishyam, and that is only because of one Ishvara, one witness in consciousness appearing as all that. So Chaitanya Prapancha, Chetana Prapancha is Ishvara Prapancha and Jiva Prapancha. And Achetana Prapancha, also there are many things created by Ishvara and there are few things created by Jiva also. That is how it goes on. So then it is said, Chinmayasya Dvitiyasya Nishkalasya Sharirinaha Upasakanam Karyatham Brahmano Rupa Kalpana. Very beautiful explanation. Chinmayasya Dvitiyasya Nishkalasya Sharirinaha Upasakanam Karyatham Brahmano Rupa Kalpana. Brahmano Rupa Kalpana. Chinmayasya Advitiyasya. To that pure consciousness who is non-dual. Chinmayasya, pure consciousness. Advitiyasya, non-dual. Nishkalasya Asharirinaha, who is without parts. Nishkalasya. Asharirinaha, who is without body. Pure consciousness, who is non-dual, without parts, without a body. Very beautiful understanding. Pure consciousness, non-dual, where there is no other, without parts, without body. Upasakanam Karyatham Brahmano Rupa Kalpana. Who is such a person? To such a pure consciousness which is non-dual, which is without parts and which is without body, forms are attributed. Various forms are attributed to that pure consciousness. Why? To enable the worship by the devotees. This is the point. To enable worship, otherwise how can we worship a non-dualistic, propertyless, qualityless, formless, shapeless? How can we worship? We are in this level, we cannot. So that forms are attributed to this pure consciousness, which is non-dual, which is without parts and which is without body, for our upasana, for our worship. And anybody doing worship or upasana, the upasana devata will appear, depending upon the intensity of upasana, and will bless us, will guide us, will give us whatever we want. Whether upasana devata, upasya devata is not confined to that. It is only pure consciousness. It is only beyond parts, beyond body, and beyond duality. That is why for Madhusudana Saraswati, when he was doing upasana of Sri Krishna, same Sri Krishna who is non-dual, who is without parts, without body, who is pure consciousness, appeared as Sri Krishna and then gave him the Advaitic knowledge. Similarly, Hayagriva appeared to Ramaraya Kavi and then blessed him with the pure consciousness, knowledge of pure consciousness. Even though they were doing upasana of a form, that form is door to formlessness. All forms of gods are doors to non-duality. for the sake of worship. So that we do worship and we evolve. We go higher. We rise in the level of consciousness. Because that power of consciousness, because we are focusing our mind on it, concentration on it, attention on it, single point, regularly, discipline, with discipline we are practicing naturally, all that power from the Upasana Devata will start entering our internal organ, purifying the internal organ, erasing the impurities, divinizing us, purifying the cells, purifying the body, purifying the manas, buddhi, chitta, ahankara, purifying the bhavas, purifying the feelings, and then divinizing us and then making us even more concentrate upon it, even more contemplate, even more meditate, and finally then total purification, and then there will be darshana, sakshatkara, and after that there is Brahma Bhava Upadesha directly with Upasana Devata, and you experience that oneness with Upasana Devata. That Upasana Devata also goes beyond the form, along with he going beyond the form, takes us also beyond the form, and both of us become one formless pure consciousness. That is what it is. That is how Upasana can take us there. For our sake, these gods appear there. Not that they depend upon our worship, the naivedya that we give, the water that we give, everything they only give. Not only we take and say, I am giving, and they will accept it. It's okay. Mazak karta hai, it's okay. Tu mazak karo, hum sahi phal denge. You do joke, but I will do real benefit. That's what it is. What else? That's all it is. Like a small kid, and then takes up something and scribbles something and then shows it to grandfather. I did this. And grandfather appears, what a job, beta, mera beta to buddhu tha, mera pota, my grandson is exactly like me, so intelligent. He is very happy. We encourage this. He says, I did this, encourage this. He goes and picks up some fruit from the fruit basket. Tata, take this. Grandpa, take this. I only got it for you. He enjoys. And he gives this also, and he says, you are so good also. And God also does the same thing. He pick up everything belonging to God and tell God, I gave it to you. Thank you, he says. And he gives blessings also, he gives result also. That is what it is. And he gives everything also, Upasana. Remember that all the forms are Upasana Devatas are depending upon our texture of quality of thoughts. We select these Devatas. That is all it is. So then, Jiva. Coming back to our analysis, Jiva is also threefold. Or Vishwa, Taijasa, Prana. Jiva is limited by Avidya. So Jiva limited by Avidya, Jiva limited by internal organ and gross body. Avidya, internal organ and gross body. Identifies himself with the waking state is called as Vishwa. Waker is called as Vishwa. Who is that Vishwa? Who is identified with Avidya, internal organ and gross body. Then, same Jiva, limited by Avidya, limited by subtle body, identified with the dream state, limited by Avidya, limited by subtle body, identified with the dream state, is called as Taijasa. And same Jiva, limited only by Avidya, which is limited by samskaras in the mind, and is identified with the deep sleep, is called as Prajna. Same Jiva is Vishwa, Taijasa, Prajna. Depending upon number of the upadis which limit him and things with which he identifies. That is all it is. So, he is only Vishwa, he is only Taijasa, he is only Prajna. In Vishwa he identifies with 3, in Taijasa he identifies with 2, and as Prajna he identifies with 1, limiting actions. So, however, underneath all these 3 fellows, Vishwa, Taijasa, Prajna was only 1 appearing as 3. Underneath, there is only witnessing consciousness. And that witnessing consciousness is only of one nature, who is aware of everything. Everything the witnessing consciousness knows. And who permeates everything. And that which knows everything, that which permeates everything, is called as the fourth. Sakshitu sarva anusandhata sarva anugataha turiyakyaha ekavidaha eva. Sarva Anusandhana. It aware permeates everything. Sarva Anugata, it follows everything, it accompanies everything. It is aware of everything, it spreads over into everything. Anusandhana, aware of everything, Anugata pervades everything. And that is called Turiyakyaha, it is for the witnessing consciousness. It is of one nature. Ekavida eva, it is always of one nature. So it permeates everything, it is aware of everything. That is called as the fourth or Turiya. And one license renewal counter. One woman went to collect her license, driving license, renewal counter. Apply and then they, if it is old license, a new photograph and new computer, and that computer has to work and that fellow has to go on the seat. And then after that, again you come back and this lady went there, woman went there to collect. And then that person behind the counter, so many are there, they will look at it, right, they will. And then they came. This lady looked at that license. Oh God, what is this picture? While that fellow was taking that time only, I understood. Because you put into the screen, you focus the camera on me and you put into the computer screen. ठीक नहीं है, वायर नहीं है, ठीक नहीं है, कनेक्शन ठीक नहीं है, कंप्यूटर ठीक नहीं है, कैमरा ठीक नहीं है, बाद में तुम्हारा फेस ठीक नहीं है, थोड़ा पहुंचो. Then finally keep it back. Okay, go. I thought this is not my face. It doesn't look like my face. This woman was annoyed. What is this? If this is the license that you give to me, and if I show it to somebody, what will they think? Who will believe that it is my license? And suddenly, from the behind, another woman comes and plucks it from her hand and says, "Ye mera hai." It is not yours. By mistake, that fellow read your name and gave my license. You should read the name. You didn't read the name. You saw the photograph. Because you believed that what he gave is correct. You believed what he gave is correct. Then you superimposed on my photo your face. And the so many experiences you underwent, which are all unreal. What is real is my photograph. Yours is still in avidya, because you don't know. It is in his hands, he is covering it. Release it from his hands by your vriddhigna. Tell that it is not yours, it is hers. You give mine. Then he will check and verify. Then afterwards he gave it. This looks like what looks like is you only. That is you only. Don't looking like you, it is you only. That is what it is. So even in a small transaction also, if we are not alert enough, so much of ignorance and so much of superimposition, so many experiences happen, are they real? We will undergo all that, actually that is all false. Unreal. Like that the world also is there like that. Once, one American visited England, and then went to see old castle. What was fascination? So one guide was engaged there only. I went around. Once in a while, there was some fear seen in this person, American. Some fear felt inside, some fear seen, some hesitating some places. Somehow, whole day, the whole big, huge castle was seen, every room, every nook, every corner. And in the evening before departing, looking at the guide, the American said, "I was always afraid." And the guide said, "I was watching because you had fear. I was always afraid that people say that in the old castles, one comes across ghosts. That are there, ghosts that are there. One comes across. I thought, in this room I may come across ghosts, in that room I may come across ghosts, in some other room I may come across ghosts, with all the fear of it." But finally I did not come across. Then that guide said, "I never saw any ghost all through my living here, all through my presence here." Since how long? The American asked, 300 years. That guide said, "Since 300 years." Ha! Meaning what? That is a ghost. 300 years. Keeping that ghost beside him. thinking ghost comes from somewhere. What is this we are doing? What is this American did? Keeping the ghost of avidya inside us, thinking that the person is there is good, from there here come there. ये अंदर लगा लिया पहला duality, avidya. Ghost अंदर है. बाहर कहाँ से आता है? वो अंदर कुछ बात नहीं है. It is accompanying us. Only when we question it, then only we will come to know. That is why this pointers in the Shastra. Question yourself, who are you? What is all this ignorance? What is creation? Who created it? What is that power behind creation? Why is internal organ is there like that? What is Sankara? What is it? Then only we will come to understand we are carrying something like that. Otherwise, how will we know what we are carrying these things? We will not know. So next time when you visit Castle in England, be careful. Look at the guide and identity card also. Who knows? Identity card also can be fake. That is a different story. Okay. So once one family was crossing the border from Canada to America, the Canadian border. They were crossing, and then the customs official there asked him, how many of you are there in the vehicle? 6. Okay. Why are you going into America? What do you want to do there? We are attending a marriage. Then he asked us, are you carrying guns, knives, weapons with you? And then lady there in the car says, oh, this is not that type of marriage. This is not that type of marriage. Meaning there are certain marriages where weapons, rifle, gun, everything is carried. This is not that type of marriage. And that's what about. That means you attended that type of marriage also? That means you attended that type of marriage also? Yes, rejected, get out. Because of doubt that once upon a time you might have attended marriage which had weapons. You are rejected. That is the height of fear sometimes. Fear is like that only. So how will that fear go? Only with that jnana of the Atma Tattva. This Atman is everywhere. The same Atma is everywhere and everything belongs to that Atman. So Jiva has limiting adjunct nescience, limited by the internal organ mind and samskaras or impressions in it. This can be called independent limiting adjunct. Now please understand, Jiva as limiting adjunct, nescience is the upadhi. Limited by internal organ, which is the antakarana. And in that antakarana there are samskaras. Ajnana, then antakarana, then samskaras. So this is called independent limiting adjunct, which distinguishes one jiva from another jiva. Ajnana, antakarana, samskaras. Each jiva's samskaras and antakarana style is different, even though ajnana is same. Antakarana and samskaras and vasanas and vrittis are different. Each jiva. So this distinguishes one jiva from another jiva. So the limiting adjunct of the same individual, this is very clear now. The limiting adjunct of the same individual undergoes 3 states. That limiting adjunct and which has got its samskaras because of the ajnana, which differentiates each jiva from another jiva because each limiting adjunct samskaras are different. That again has undergoes 3 states. Those 3 states are waking state, dream state, and sleep state. So, how it is, Ramaraya says something very nice. He says, suppose there is one diamond. That diamond is kept in a box. That box is kept in a suitcase. That suitcase is kept in the house. But inside there is diamond. In a box. In a suitcase. In the house. Similarly, Jiva in the causal state, then in the subtle state, then in the gross state. He is kept. But inside who is there? Jiva is there. Inside who is there? Inside the box, inside the suitcase, inside the house. Now house is separate diamond, outer coverings are different. Inside diamond is the same. He who is in Sushupti Avastha is the same in Swapna Avastha, is the same in Jagrata Avastha. The same Jiva. So the ignorance along with internal organ, its impressions becomes the causal body. And same ignorance in dream and waking states is conjoined with internal organ. Same ignorance. So that is why it is said all duality, Ramaraya says now, all duality is Nitya. Non-dual Brahman alone is real. All divisions and differences are not there. Final statement from Ramaraya. All duality is Nitya. Non-dual Brahman alone is real. All divisions and differences are not real. So, Sakshi, the witness, is Sarva Anusandhaka, meaning he joins, he combines, he brings together, he creates a Sandhi, Sandhana, mixes and merges everything. He is expert in joining, mixing, merging, combining, and being together with all the things. That is why Sakshi is Sarva Anusandhaka, and Sakshi is Sarva Anugata. He follows, goes along with all. Even though he is combining with many, even though he goes along with all, he is still untouched by that many, untouched by this all. He is Kevala Chaitanya. Remember, once we go beyond that witness, once that witness also is transcended, observer witness, and we remain purely as aware of awareness, awareness of awareness, and awareness merges back into consciousness, remain as pure consciousness. The pure consciousness is called as Kevala Chaitanya. Pure consciousness alone, not even manifesting as anything, including witness. Consciousness alone, that is not Sarva Anusandhaka, because that Sarva is also not there. For that pure consciousness, even that all is not there. All is there when it combines all, joins with all. And Sarva Anugata goes along with all, accompanies all only is not there, only non-dual Brahman is there. So that it is not Sarva Anusandhaka, that Sarvam is also not there. So in Vyavahara, consciousness having Upadhyaya Prajnana alone is the witness, but as pure consciousness, all also is only an appearance in it. That all, which is called as all, only pure consciousness is there. All is not there. When all is not there, only pure consciousness is there. There is no waking state, there is no dream state, there is no deep sleep state. There is no Vishwa, there is no Taijasa, there is no Prajna. Nanda Prajna. Najagran name swapnako, Najagran name swapna, Kova sushupti, Navishvo navaijasa, Rajnakova, Avidya makatva, who is combined with the joint with the Karma Sharira, that is the Ajnana and the lifted. Naiva Pragno Napicha Aprajnayesha. I am not Achetana, insentient. I am not Jadaswarupa. I am not insentient. I am not Jadaswarupa. Naiva Pragno Napicha Aprajnayesha. Naham Shrota Napi Manta Nabodha. Naham Shrota. I am not the listener. You can tell like that I am not the listener. You go on talking. I am not the listener. Naham Shrota Napi Manta Nabodha. Napi Manta. I am not the thinker. Napi Manta Nabodha. I am not the knower. I am neither the thinker, neither the listener, nor a thinker, or the knower. One Shishya told to his Guru, that is why I am neither listening to you, nor thinking about what you are telling, nor I don't know anything about what you are taught. Why? Simple. Naham Sota Napi Manta Nabodha. You already became that, practicing that. Anyway, I am practicing that. What? Whatever you are telling, I am not listening. There are some people like that, even in Vedanta course also. When they are doing Vedanta course also, there will be one or two extraordinary cases. They will not listen what is said. They will not think what is taught. And they will not know only what is important. So they are like that. But in ultimate state it is like that. Naham Shrota Napi Manta Nabodha Sakshi Nitya Pratyageva Amasmi. I am the eternal witness. I am the eternal witness for all the worldly transactions, and I am the eternal witness and innermost self alone am I. I am the innermost eternal witness. I am the pure self. So when I remain as the pure self, outside what is happening, when the diamond remains as a diamond, when the diamond knows that it is a diamond, when that awareness is there of what is my true nature, where I stay, what does it matter? If I stay in grass body, if I stay in subtle body, if I stay in causal body, if I wake up or dream or this because oh what, I am not anyone of this because I know what I am. I am neither a listener nor a thinker nor a knower. This is all connected with the thinking, listening, knowing, is all connected with Jiva only. I am nothing, I am not at all doing nothing I am doing. All doings are not connected with me. I know that I am Akarta, Abhokta, Ashrota, nothing. What am I doing? Sakshi Nitya Pratyageva Amasmi. I am that eternal witness. And from that standpoint of witness, I am not doing anything. All is happening by itself. Everything has to happen as per the manifestation of potentiality into actuality. Nobody is causing anything. Everything happening by itself. Spontaneously. We started off with that statement. Now what Adi Shankara says is the same thing. From that standpoint of non-duality, you are neither thinker, nor a thinker, nor a knower. Are you doing anything? Are you listening? You might be there as a witness. Enlivening the listener, enlivening the thinker, enlivening the knower, who is able to do all the functions as a jiva, but at the same time as a witness, you are not doing anything. None of this listening, sir, or thinking, sir, or knowing, sir, will be ever able to touch this witness. The witness can never be touched by anything. Sakshi Nitya Pratyageva Amasmi. The eternal witness. You are that. You are all that. That you are. That thou art. Aham Brahmasmi. Tattvamasi. That is what it is being imparted here. That is what we are ultimately. So we are not the one who is affected by the waking world. So many issues in the waking world, the dream world, and then so many imaginations in the dream world and the dream world as man. We are not the ones affected by that. When we are thinking, I am the waker, I have this problem, that problem, this tension, that stress, oh God, so many things are there around me. I am bogged down, what to do? I am not the waker. And this fellow criticized me, that fellow scolded me, that fellow blasted me. I am not the listener. And then inside the thoughts are coming, all their thoughts, their comments are coming inside my mind. You are not the thinker. I know what they are planning against you, are not the knower only. Then what are eternal witness? Naham Shota Napi Manta Nabodha Sakshi Nitya Pratyageva Amasmi. If this contemplation is there, when we are meeting, confronting the world, when the world is overpowering us, when we are facing the challenges of the world, the moment we contemplate like this, the energy level inside us changes and the world will start disappearing from our perception and it will lose all its hold and power over us. It will vanish. If you continuously contemplate like this. Sakshi Nitya Pratyageva Amasmi. Similar mantra in Mandukya Karika, Gaudavada Karika, the seventh mantra there. Na Anta Prajnam. Na Badish Prajnam, na Ubhayata Prajnam, na Prajnanam, na Prajnam, na Aprajnam, Adrishtam, Avyavaharyam, Agrahyam, Alakshanam, Achintyam, Avyapadeshyam, Ekatma Pratyaya Saram, Totally non-dual, there is no duality there. That is Chaturtham Manyante Satma Savignaya. This is what is considered as the fourth, that is what is considered as the Turiya. This is the Atman, this is the thing to be realized. It is nothing else to be realized in this world, in this creation. Only one thing to be realized, that alone is the Atman. That is only the Turiya, and we are Turiya. So, let us all focus on our fourth state, which is Turiya Avastha, and then by the continuous unbroken self-awareness, to start with little bit of awareness of so many things, external, internal, then becoming slowly conscious of the mind itself, then becoming aware of the one who is trying to be aware, then slowly awareness of the consciousness. When we reach there by the grace of God, who is there to welcome us and merge us into Himself, then afterwards only God remains, He will not be there. The one who tries to know the God, merges into God, God alone remains, nothing else is there. And if at all we remain only as Him, that's all. He alone is there. Even I as Him, what He alone. That's it. The heart is the state of pervading. So whether it is in Sarvaveda, Sidhantha, Saraswati, or Dasa, SLOKI, or Gaudavada's Mandukya Karika, same beautiful thing is said. So let us focus on it. Let us try to know whatever still Ramaraya and Madhusudana Saraswati wants to teach us, we will know by their grace. And by the grace of Sri Krishna, by the grace of Hayagriva, God Hayagriva, God Sri Krishna, and the great Guru Bhagavan. Om Vagishwaraya Vidmahe Hayagrivaya Dhimahi Tanno Hayagriva Prachodayat. Om Akshareshwaraya Vidmahe Mantra Rajaya Dhimahi Tanno Hayagriva Prachodayat. Hayagriva, Hayagriva, Hayagriva. Om Hamsasoham Vishwavatirna Rupaya Chinmayananda Rupine Tubhyam Namo Hayagriva Vidyarajaya Vishnave Swaha. Hamsasoham. Om Shri Halaum. Om Namo Bhagavate Hayagrivaya Vishnave Mahyam Medha Prajna Prayachha Swaha. Hayagriva Mangalam Hayagriva Mangalam Vishnave Mangalam Vishnave Mangalam Vidyaraja Mangalam Vidyaraja Mangalam Vishnave Mangalam Vishnave Mangalam Hayavadana Mangalam Hayavadana Mangalam Vishnave Mangalam Vishnave Mangalam Hayagriva Mangalam